Yeah, it's a really important piece for us because we need to have programs and services that allow our patients to afford the medicines that we make. So it's very important for us to make our programs readily available. So we have a bunch of tactics that are out there of helping people save money, whether it be online coupons or print coupons, kind of traditional tactics. But what we've really tried to do over the last kind of 18 months is improve how we get those offers to the people who need them the most. So whether that be using mobile technology or online technology, we're really trying to focus on how do we get the low-cost offers out to patients who need them in every part of our business. And this exists not just in our consumer health world, but with our pharmaceutical division. As you know, these products can be quite expensive for some of these patients who have to take them on a regular basis. So we make every effort to work with our retail partners because they have access to the patients so closely. What we know about our consumer, and we do a lot of research and shopper insights into people that actually go into store and go online to research our products. Right now, the majority of our categories that we work in are more acute care. So while we see a lot of information seeking and a lot of activity in online and mobile technologies, we don't necessarily see a ton of purchasing outside of the in-store environment, the brick and mortar environment just yet in our categories. So our focus right now is have products available where consumers want them, and it seems right now that they want them in store for the most part, but have information and conversation starting dialogue in the online environment. So we have Facebook pages, we have online websites for everybody, we have Twitter accounts, we have all sorts of different ways to communicate with our people that are looking for us, and we invest in paid search and those types of activities to make sure that people who want to look up our products are finding the information they need. But we're investing for the most part in the actual sale of product and the brick and mortar traditional method until people show a viable interest in getting them elsewhere. At Novartis, one of our core capabilities that we have built over the past few years is shopper insights. And understanding our consumer is the first step in making sure that you can have a positive engagement with them. If you don't understand what they want to know or what they want to talk about, it's very difficult to have a regular and ongoing relationship. So we've heavily invested in understanding the shopper and our target consumers for all of our products and all of our therapeutic categories. And that's become largely important because it provides us insights not only for us, but also for our retail partners, because oftentimes we'll identify synergies with either other categories we have or other categories that we don't have, and we'll share that information with the retailers, and they'll be able to have different points within the store that they could activate for that individual consumer. And then for all of our different technologies and ways that we communicate with our consumers, we can have regular ongoing feedback with them. For example, we have a Facebook page for our Excedrin business, and we have regular communication that goes on about headaches. We specialize in headaches, and we talk with them just about headaches. We're not trying to sell products all the time, but people want to know what other triggers are for people's migraines and different types of headaches, so we give them that information, and that creates an ongoing relationship. Even though they're only coming into the store 3-4 times a year to buy it, we communicate with them dozens. It's no secret that Novartis had some manufacturing issues over the last 18 months, and we had to take some of our brands out of market and relaunch them in the recent time frame. And what we've found from our retail partners across the board is that they are heavily investing with us in relaunching these brands. And they're treating them almost as if they're new launches because they have been out of the market for 12 to 18 months for some of these brands. And they are investing in different types of displays, innovative types of things that if we weren't as closely working, if we weren't as close of a strategic partner with these customers, I'm not sure that we would get there, but we've really been able to rely on them and help us get to a new place in the store or really have some great presence so that we can make the awareness about these brands even higher. And the other area that we're, from an innovative standpoint, that we're really interested in continuing to explore is the retail clinic environment. And that continues to grow, as you know, and the number of services that people are providing at those clinics is really expanding. And there's a direct connection for OTC products. You could see connections with our cough, cold, respiratory categories and those types of people that are being treated there. So we're leveraging the growth in those with the retail partners that we work with and trying to identify new areas there. For me, it's looking at where there's unmet need. And when I was thinking about this question, a couple of things over the past, I don't know, a few years that have really come to mind is, how do we make things easier as far as product innovation for consumers? And a lot of times it's for products that already exist, but how do we innovate them and make them a little bit better? And I was just on vacation recently in Florida, and using suntan lotion, obviously in the sun, and the spray suntan lotion to me is just a huge amount of innovation. Seems like such a small thing, from lotioning up your body to now being able to spray it, but for something that makes a consumer...
Honey, can you do my back? Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it so much easier for the consumer. You use more. Sure. I went through a can a day almost, because it's just so much easier to do. And it's better protection because I'm not missing pieces on my arm or, you know. So that type of product innovation for me, and obviously that's proliferated, and there's been more companies kind of using that type of technology. But understanding the consumer is what led to that type of innovation. So for us, it's really looking at how can we take what we have, even. A lot of times it's not about new ingredients or new products, but how do we take what we have and make it into the next evolution of technology and dosage forms. And we're constantly looking at this, and that's where I think we can be better at meeting the consumer's needs and just making their lives easier. There's a lot of activity going on in the online marketplace, and people just have so much information right at their hands. So our goal is to try to find the ways that people are using it, and everybody's different. So what you use and what I use might be very different technologies or different times for when we're searching for information. So our goal is to try and segment our populations and make sure that whoever is looking for our stuff, we're kind of filtering information that's appropriate for them based on either demographic information or purchase behavior or other types of information like that, so that we can actually target specific messages to specific patients. Mm-hmm. And when people are looking for it, we need to make sure our information's there. Right. So if it's online, we need to make sure we have a very viable online site that people are looking on their phone. It's got to be mobile enabled to do that. If people are on Twitter, we need to make sure we're communicating through Twitter. So it's a very challenging thing because you need to have a lot of vehicles in which you have similar messages. But for us, it's more about, let's get the right messages out there and let's target them to specific populations that want them.